put half the town to sleep before the morning news. Counting breaths and blood pressure in those paper shoes. Steady hand on the needle, calm face under the light. Tucked 100 strangers in for surgery at night. Then he dragged back home like a worn-out saint. Find me doing laps in the hall with a crayon and paint. Mom waving little pink bottles like a holy writ, saying, "Doc, your son's a case you can't admit." He was Dr. Sleep, I was wired and lit. He had the drugs, but they didn't do shit. Stacks of Benadryl with my name on the lid. Didn't touch the engine of that wide-awake kid. He'd knock out a linebacker with a measured dose, but his own boy's brain just kept running close. Yeah, the whole world snored when he closed their lids, except the sleep doctor's wide-awake kid. He'd say, "Son, normal folks are dreaming at 2." I'd say, "Great, more sky, less traffic for me and you." He'd rub his eyes, mutter something about charts. I'd be in the kitchen building rockets out of Pop-Tart parts. My brother Bob slept like a stone in a field. I was up like a squirrel on a Ferris wheel. Dad would grab his coffee like a hospital prop. Mother, "Kid, if you were my patient, I'd call for a swap." He was Dr. Sleep, I was wired and lit. He had the drugs, but they didn't do shit. Stacks of Benadryl with my name on the lid. Didn't touch the engine of that wide-awake kid. He could glide folks under with a whisper and a nod, but I bounced off the ceiling like a prayer gone odd. Yeah, the whole world snored when he closed their lids, except the sleep doctor's wide-awake kid. Then the job turned sour, partners turned cold. He said, "I'm one more shift from a bullet in the skull." So he hung up the coat, walked out of the ward, traded beeping machines for a workbench board. Started turning bowls on a humming lathe, making sawdust sermons in the backyard shade. Mom didn't kill him 'cause the shop took the hit. We all agreed that wood shaving saved our shit. Now he putters with Elvis on the radio low. Tells me about a song called "I Am Woman" like I didn't know. Adds me to his family plan with a careful thumb. Says, "You got my whole library now, son, go have some fun." I laugh 'cause he still thinks I might fall asleep to the same old crooners he used to keep. But it's 3 a.m. and I'm wide-eyed still, streaming his old heroes on a high-speed thrill. He was Dr. Sleep, I was wired and lit. He had the drugs, but they never quite fit. Stacks of Benadryl with my name on the lid. Just made funny stories about that hyper kid. He retired from the horror before he took his head. Found a second chance in the smell of cedar instead. Now the whole world dozes when the day is done, and I'm up late laughing. I'm a sleep doctor's son. Yeah, he spent his life putting other folks out while I stayed awake just pacing around. But he never gave up, never closed my lid. That's the punchline, Dad. He healed the wide-awake